Okay, so welcome back. Welcome back to the videos that we're doing. These sessions we're going to be looking at Kumite Gata. Again, if you're from a different style or a different type of Wado Ryu association, you might do them in a different order to us, and I might have some additives to it or some parts missing. Don't get upset about it. It's just we're just doing some Kumite Gatas that we're used to. If you like what you see, great. If not, then it's not set in stone. You can actually pick and choose which parts you want in those. The other thing I'd like to do is sort of introduce you to a couple of words that we've used before, which is Ipponme, Kazushi, and there's another one called Ryusui, which is to try and flow like water. And if you can get your head around that, then you can use it in any ippon, any kata, any basic, any Kumite Gata, any Kion Kumite that you want. Try and think about that after you've seen some of these demonstrations. And then the other thing I'd like you to think about also is when you're doing partner work, we already have this set example of or experiments where we know exactly where they're punching. So what we need to do is wouldn't it be great if we could actually try and get the person to attack us by actually dropping our guard slightly to make it like a spider's web to get them to attack us either jodan or chudan or with a punch or with a kick. So if we can try and develop that, then that should help us when we start sparring, free fighting, because let me just give you a quick example. So if Sensei Kerry and myself, if it takes fighting stance, yeah, I know that the first one is going to go jodan, so there's no good keeping my hand there, else he would not punch jodan. So if I just drop my arm slightly to tempt him, then I know that he's going to punch jodan because I've dropped my guard slightly to open up this. And this will happen with an experienced martial artist, right? If they see an opening, they will go for it. So what we need is to have this little additive at the beginning where you try and maybe just tempt them a little bit more to go for jodan, or maybe lift your guard a little bit higher so that they go for chudan. So when you're doing your ippons or your kions, then have a little bit of think about that, about trying to tempt them to go to where you want. And then you know that you can react to that jodan technique or to that chudan technique. Okay, so if we break down the technique, there's obviously my distance from each other. There's also, you need to be moving back slightly with your head because of the distance, and also you don't want to give it straight away where you're going to. So it's not going to go just going to the side straight away. Make sure you bring them on, then move to the side. So you're going off center, so back to bring them on, then off center. Also, when you finish, try and get central to your stance. I've seen so many people, when they finish, they end up like this, which gives you're quite vulnerable to the uke. So try and bring them on to Jodo. Then move and be central. Try and get back into your fighting stance. The front arm might vary, but your body position in relationship to your stance. When you try and get this ryusui, this flowy movement. So these two together. Try not to stop, then continue again. So it's like 3 moves. Try and get the first 2 together. Back into the side, and in. So it's your hip. So you don't stop. Let this spring action. Okay, so trying to put the 2 first techniques together as a combination, and then you will go into your irimi and your kazushi. So we can demonstrate. We try and put the 1 together, then we move in again. To do the kazushi, to take them.
So a few things to go through from Uke's point of view with these sets of techniques. The first one is from your ready position into the fighting stance. A lot of people push forward, they push into the stance. So try not to do this. Just try to forward into stance, and then you can creep forwards to get your Mei distance. The Tori as well can also come forward, so you both end up in correct distance. When you perform your attack, Sensei previously described, you should see this backward movement and the last moment turn. If you see the turn straight away, then Tori isn't quite grasping what we're trying to achieve. It's back, turn, not turn straight away. As my ribs can now vouch, on the first technique, Sensei is using Ippon Me. So you can explore with that, you can use Seiken, Ippon Me, but it's certainly a very effective technique on the first strike if you use Ippon Me. And the final part of the technique is the kazushi. So your upper body is being taken one way, the knee is being taken the other. And this has the effect of opening the ribs. So the final strike is against taut, stretched ribs. You're not allowed to compress and brace yourself. You're being twisted and opened up. So a few little pointers to hopefully help you improve and do this technique to the best of your abilities.